There you are. Welcome.
I was singing the verse.
Uncloudy day.
Oh, the land of endless day. Oh, the land of uncloudy skies. They tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an uncloudy day. Storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an uncloudy day. Oh, the land of cloudless day. Oh, the land of unclouded skies. They tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Tell me of an uncloudy day. Tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an uncloudy day. Oh, the land of cloudless day. Oh, the land of unclouded skies. They tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an uncloudy day.
They don't live in Maine. They don't live in Maine.
Yeah, we've been slogging through the COVID winter.
Oh, my goodness.
Our last snow on our land melted quietly this last couple days. It didn't wave a goodbye. We can still see some snow in the neighbor's yard. We're almost done with that white stuff.
We might get more at some point, but it's not going to stick around for long. We're through kind of feeling like we're through winter. I'm very grateful to Kent Allen for telling me about Kurt Vonnegut's 7 seasons. We are through winter as of March 1st, and now we're in the unlocking of winter.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. What are we doing now?
You're going to unlock your guitar?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're going to do one of the songs from our epic project, The Song Train, one of our sponsors.
Oh,
we don't have ads like they have in a lot of things, but The Song Train was one of our kind of our magnum opus. Remember CDs? This has 4 of them. Although it's now available in PDF form if you want to get them digitally and you're not into physical objects for your music.
Although that is a beautiful physical object.
It
you
is.
should show them a few pictures.
The colored, shiny, beautiful printed paper. This is the Rosetta Stone for beginning music. That 56 songs that we think are really great songs that we like.
Some people just like listening to it too.
Yeah.
You don't have to learn.
But we believe that songs are the best music teachers, and if there's a song that you want to sing, then that's going to pull you into the pool faster than anything else. And if that's a nice, easy song that's not too complex, then you're going to do better. You're going to swim better. So
I suppose I could plug in.
Joyce is going to do her version of one of the classics. I think this one's right up there with Barbara Allen in the total number of different versions of a folk song. You can't even count these because they all have different names. They're Laddies and Davies and but one some people call it the Gypsy Laddie. And we're gonna revisit our youth. When was I your the
You're
guy
kind
that
of my blackjack dude.
yeah, am I almost the guy that stole you? You weren't quite. You didn't.
You
have
were the blackjack archetype for a while.
Stole the heart of a lady. I didn't steal you from your husband.
Harvey's been archiving all sorts of footage, getting footage off old cameras and things, and an old video camera that we have. He found this video of me playing this song, and I was in such a bad mood. And I was like telling Otto was using the camera.
He's our oldest son.
So he was videotaping me, and I was like, this song is about a woman who leaves her husband and children. And I was like, well, I was really.
Oh, the children were not respecting you. Yeah.
They weren't respecting me.
You were trying to sing him a beautiful. Pass it on to the next generation. Ha! And I was trying to play the mandolin.
Sing them to sleep. It was a lovely time there where I sang him to sleep.
So let's sing your version of the.
We'll see what version it is today.
Yeah, she's gone with the Blackjack Davy. You gonna plug that in?
It's plugged in. Want it louder?
Yeah, crank it a little bit. This is rock and roll.
Blackjack Davy came a-riding by, whistling so merry, made the woods all around him ring, charmed the heart of a lady, charmed the heart of a lady. Come with me, my pretty little one, come with me, my honey, swear by the beard upon my chin, you'll never want for money. You'll never want for money. Pull up those long black boots made of Spanish leather. Jump upon the back of my horse, we'll ride off together. They rode off together. That night her husband, he came home looking for his lady. Made she spoke before she thought. She's gone with a Blackjack Davy, gone with a Gypsy Davy. Well, saddle me up my coal black steed, white one's not so speedy. I'll ride all day and I'll ride all night. I'll overtake my lady. I'll bring home my lady. Well, he rode all day and he rode all night. Came to the river raging. There he spied a star. gypsy baby. Last night I slept in a warm feather bed beside my husband and baby. Tonight I sleep on the cold hard ground in the arms of the blackjack Davy. In the arms of the blackjack Davy. Oh, blackjack Davy came a riding by, whistling so merry. Made the woods all around him ring, charmed the heart of a lady. Charmed the heart of a lady.
You're gonna charm the heart of the old blackjack Davy here if you don't look out.
Yeah. That's my goal.
Oh. I guess it's
Is it time for you to do one?
I guess it's time for me to be.
Oh, I can't. This is like. Oh, prepare for an epic, epic song.
Oh well, I hope I remember how to do it.
You will.
We were focusing on Irish songs last week, and we were going to do this one, but we'll do it this. We just happened to hear Brian O'Donovan, the great Boston area folk radio DJ, Irish man himself. I wish I could imitate his accent, but Brian devoted a whole show last week to this different versions of this song and talked all about it. Not last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess, recently. I've done, this is, I think, my fourth different arrangement of this song. I originally did it on the 12-string, and then I did it on 2 different other guitar tunings, but I can't resist doing it on this lovely, courtesy of Carol in North Carolina here, my Ron Wall mountain harp here. Let's see if I can go deep into this classic story. It's a great old ballad. No one dies. It's even up to date. It would pass every Me Too thing. The guy whose love affair fails, just at the end drinks a toast to what an awesome woman she was, and there's none of that dark stuff that some of those old songs have. So it's a great song to latch on to. On one bright March morning, I bid New Orleans adieu. I took the road to Jackson town, my fortunes to renew. I cursed all foreign money, no credit could I gain, which filled my heart with longing for the lakes of Pontchartrain. I climbed on board of a railroad car, all in the morning sun. I rode the rods till evening, and I lay me down again. Strangers were no friends to me, till a dark girl towards me came, and I fell in love with a Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. I said to me, pretty Creole girl, my money here's no good. If it weren't for the alligators, I would sleep out in the wood. You're welcome here, kind stranger. Our house is very plain, but we never turn a stranger out by the lakes of Pontchartrain. She took me to her mama's house, treated me right well. The hair upon her shoulders in jet black ringlets fell. To try and paint her beauty there, I'm sure 'twould be in vain. So handsome was my Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. Asked her would she marry me. She said that never could be, for she had got a lover and he was far at sea. She said that she would wait for him, and it's true, she would remain till he returned to his Creole girl and the lakes of Pontchartrain. So fare thee well, my Creole girl, I'll never see no more. I'll never forget your kindness in the cottage by the shore, and at each social gathering, foam and glass I'll drain And I'll drink to the health of my Creole girl and the lakes of Pontchartrain. And I'll drink to the health of my Creole girl and the lakes of Pontchartrain. Oh, she could have been mine, but no. Joyce Anderson is where you're my Creole girl. Oh.
I'll be your Creole girl.
The Lakes of Pontchartrain, they call that. I think it's time for you to do some of your magic. We're starting up our, I guess you figured out, we're back here for our Friday live streams. We're going to do a few of these until we collapse in a heap.
Next week is Good Friday. That's why I wanted to start. Joe Salisbury said, people are live streaming. It was about a month into the the shutdown, and he said, you ought to try it. I'm like, yeah. And then I figured out how to do it. You did. I'm very proud of that.
You were the team leader.
Yeah. And you weren't even really on board. I was going to do it, but I was like, I kept sneaking a few more songs in that I wanted you to help me out with. But it was such a dark time, and Good Friday is such a.
It's a poorly named day.
Yeah, it's a straight. Yeah, I know it's taking.
Yeah, it's kind of.
So we're a few years into being active in our local church, and it's nice to have that Christian calendar in addition to the regular calendar. So now we're coming up on the happiest of all. Easter is such a. I mean,
it is a happy ending, but
it has a happy ending. So we're coming. So this is Palm Sunday, coming up this Sunday. Yeah. I remember that as a kid, loving that. So what am I getting?
It's on our list of things to do to get palms. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that came on our little shared digital calendar. We're so advanced now. Yeah.
We can make those palm crosses.
Oh yeah, we learned from someone. I'm going to step aside. I think Heidi taught us to do that.
Oh yeah, we're going to have to ask her again. She might be out there.
Yeah. All right, take it away, Joyce.
Oh my. So this song is Am I in the right place or am I in the right time here? This is kind of an interesting song. It's one of those songs where things just happened as I was writing it, and they were kind of unexpected. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh my. Oh well. Okay. Sorry. It's called Superfine Man. I think it was born kind of during the Me Too movement, and just feeling such love for how many wonderful men there are out there, and somehow it feels like there's a little bit of Jimi Hendrix, a little bit of Jesus, and then in a real twist, a woman becomes and it's an amalgam of people that kind of happens. I'm just stalling because I'm a little nervous. Is there something else I wanted to tell you? I guess that's it. everything is connected, man. One great giant intersecting plan. Jimmy is a fine, 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 super fine man. Jimmy is a healer, man. He'll heal you with his inside out plan. Prostitutes, bankers, and lunatics. Jimmy is a powerful fix. Jimmy, he's not one of those playing to the status quo. He counts his blessings, everyone. Heaven on earth, kingdom come. Jimmy is a fine, 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 super fine man. Jimmy plays the violin when he's a she and not a him. He dreams she's Mary Magdalene, crying at the empty tomb again. The gardener, he plays guitar. Mary smiles and says, I know who you are. I was hoping for another run. Don't you know, honey, you shine just like the sun. Yes, you are a fine, fine man. You remind me of creation and the great I am. Take me to a picture show. The best seats in the house and the very last row. I don't want apocalypse or comedy or chick flick. Take me to a spiritual. That's the one. The preacher man on Skid Row. The preacher plays a mean guitar. People come to hear from near and far. As the credits roll, Mary can feel it. Reaching for her soul, that great wild spirit. Yes, and preacher, you're a fine, 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 super fine man. Preacher, you're a fine, 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 super fine man. Preacher, you're a fine man. You remind me of creation and the great I am, the I am. You remind me to love my God above all else. You remind me to love my neighbor as I love myself. Preacher, you're a fine, 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 super fine man. Jimmy, you're a fine, 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 super fine man. Mary, you're a fine, 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 super fine woman. And there you have it. I got some more Mary Magdalene songs. I just wrote a new one, and I'm going to play it on Good Friday along with my other Mary Magdalene song, which is they're on my YouTube channel if you want to check the Mary Magdalene one out. And that Jimmy, that Super Fine Man song is on the record that I keep wanting to make. Hey, clamor for it, you know? Say, hey, Joyce, when's that record coming out? That would help me.
Hey, Joyce, when's that record coming out?
I don't know. It's just, you know. I don't have a record company banging on my door telling me what to do. I don't need I'm not going to plug in. Okay, so we are still, I connected with my joy of fiddle tunes on St. Patrick's Day. I stayed up till like 2 in the morning and ended up playing some things. I put them up on YouTube. Played Rose and Dew for you last week. I'm going to play The Cliffs of Moher, where I went with my mother in Ireland. And then I'm going to go into Farewell to Erin. Erin is an archaic and poetic word meaning Ireland. It comes from kind of a derivative of the Gaelic word, which I will not try and pronounce. And here they are. This is what made me fall in love with the violin, was going to the press room in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and finding an Irish session. And so here we go.
Mighty fine.
You got some? Have you ever heard me play that?
No, I've never heard you do those tunes. Wow, beautifully done. Boy, you know, we've been together. We've been together a long time. It's exciting when we can tell each other a joke or something we haven't heard before. Well, you know, Joyce mentioned that I was archiving some stuff, and we're in the Swedish death cleaning, trying to deal with all the stuff without having to have a divorce or a fire or moving to another place. It's hard to get. I don't know what's making that. It's hard to get rid of stuff. Boy, I'm sure Marie Kondo is teaching us all how to get rid of our stuff. But I found a videotape that I didn't know I had this week, and on it It was from 1985, and I was doing this song on there, and I had no idea that I knew this song in 1985. And I was trying to retrace the timeline that when I started going out, leaving northern New England and touring a little bit, it was the early 80s, and I'd stop in the Midwest. One of my stops there in northern Indiana and in northern Ohio, I was hearing about the local musicians, and Alex Bevan, they told me about him, and Cleveland, and I heard about this guy named Andrew Calhoun they were talking about, and I went near Chicago, who was a great songwriter. And then I noticed that he showed up at the press room at Portsmouth, New Hampshire at some time or another, and he sang this song I'm going to do for you. And it just slew me, and it still slays me. So I'm going to sing you an Andrew Calhoun song and send a shout out. I've kept in great touch with Andrew, and he's been working for years on his epic book. He helped me with my Troubadour Chronicles book, and I'm trying to help him he's doing a book about Robert Burns. I was just reading, Robert Frost was born in the next town over, Elliott, Maine. They're selling his house where he grew up. I had no idea. There's so many things I don't know. Andrew Calhoun, this one's for you, buddy. And this song is very different when you're in a packed house and everyone's there to hear you play. It's very funny, but if as the number of people in the audience dwindles, the song gets less and less funny and more harsh. So you can decide, since we don't officially have an audience here of clapping, I can't look anyone in the eye, so I don't know whether how this one's going to go, but I'm going to sing it for you here. And it's hard to do a live stream sing-along, and I'm not a sing-along guy.
So this is a good time to do a sing-along.
It is, yeah. So I can pretend that I'm a guy who loves sing-alongs, but the way I used to introduce this song is that this is a song for the people who were dragged to a concert and they really didn't want to be there. And you know how they always ask you to sing along? Well, the people that love to sing will just sing. But this was I was trying to reach the people who did not like to sing. And I thought, well, you can sing out of cynicism and negative energy, and the people who love to sing will sing out of positive energy because they love to sing, and everyone will be singing together for different reasons, and you'll never know whether the person next to you is singing out of cynicism or out of love for music. So anyway, feel free. It really does have a simple chorus. They always say it does, but this one really does. So here we go. Nobody comes to the coffee house. Nobody comes to the coffee house. Nobody comes to the coffee house, 'cause folk music is boring. Here's your chorus. Boring, boring, folk music is boring. Nobody comes to the coffee house, 'cause folk music is boring. Well, first they sing some stupid song, try and make you sing along. They always drag it out too long. Folk music is boring. Everybody, boring, boring. Folk music is boring. Nobody comes to the coffee house, 'cause folk music is boring. Folk musicians have flabby buns. They don't like wars. They don't like guns. They all play the same bass runs. Folk music is boring, boring, boring. Folk music is boring. Nobody comes to the coffee house, 'cause folk music is boring. Folk musicians were born to lose. Folk musicians wear thrift store shoes. Folk musicians all try to sing the blues, and that's when they really get boring. Boring, boring. Folk music is boring. Nobody comes to the coffee house, 'cause folk music is boring. Everybody, boring, boring. Folk music is boring. Nobody comes to the coffee house, 'cause folk music is pouring. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Although it's not fair. Andrew is like one of the greatest poets I've ever known. He's a deep, 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 serious guy and a great guitar player. I hate to trivialize him with something, but like that. It's hard to laugh these days. That one did it for me. Well, I'm going to do my little tribute to Easter here, where we're heading into Easter week. We sort of have a pattern, Joyce and I, where we like certain songs, especially gospel songs, and we don't like the words that much, so we learn them as instrumentals, and then we gradually like the words. Yeah. I think we're going to sing one of these next week in our Easter show. I think we're going to have a lamb dinner for Easter. The first of these was written in 1771. We'll see if I get a copyright strike. Oh, by the way, they rescinded the copyright strike on Southwind that I did a couple of weeks ago, but I know
from the 1600s.
Yeah, but then I noticed there was another one I got to look up from last week since I did Southwind again, so I might have to go battle with the YouTube copyright robots again. I'm still battling with Red Wing. Someone thinks they own that song, but so this one was written by a man named William Cowper in 1771. And it was even controversial then about the fountains of blood drawn from Emmanuel's veins. And I'm going to scotch tape it together with one that was written in the middle 1800s in America about are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? We haven't learned. They don't teach that at our church. The soul cleansing blood of the lamb. But our neighbor's going to roast a lamb in a few weeks too. I guess we'll maybe learn about the soul cleansing blood. But I'm going to just dig into my slide guitar here.
Just tune into Reverend
Kubicek. Oh, is it Kubicek? He'll explain the blood of the lamb stuff.
Noonday prayers. You
okay.
learn all sorts of things. Facebook.
it is.
Woo!
I did it.
Yeah.
A musical breakthrough.
Yeah.
On the last note of the song.
There you go.
Should have ended one measure sooner. I don't break many strings. Look at that. On camera. Ooh, a big moment coming up.
You can move that off when you go.
Yeah. Two things we got to do. We're going to make room for Joyce Anderson.
Sounds like them.
Sounds like me.
Sounds like phantom power. Could that be good?
We depend on your donations to fund our lives. We had one gig in the past 12 months, one real life gig, and I think we have 3 of them booked for 2021. They're all outdoor gigs. They're weather contingent. So if you approve of us and you like what we do, there's on our home pages on woodpecker.com and at joyscream.com. There's some links there where you can generously help feed us and our children. And there's a link in the blurb underneath this video. Ooh, so
Hey, you can move your chair and I'll get this thing.
can I tell them a little bit about?
I got it. I'm good.
You gonna handle this whole
I'm
story?
gonna steer the whole story.
All right, I'm gonna step aside.
Yeah.
Then. Joyce Anderson.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna grab here. You take this. Oh.
Oh.
I am so honored. Did you play this?
No, I played it once in the February show, but I haven't played it since.
I'm going to play this amazing Brian Bowers auto harp. Auto harp is kind of new to me, and this harp is very new to me. But you know, it's a good story. And I'm gonna play it in my lap. I just kind of did it yesterday. It just felt great to play it in my lap. And then Harvey, this morning, found this.
It's older than this house.
Yeah, this auto harp box from the 1800s that he has. We're going to show you the auto harp next week that came in it. What's the name of it?
A Zimmerman.
A Zimmerman, right. So we're going to show you the Zimmerman harp next week that's in pieces that came in this old wooden case, which Harvey glued together today so that I could play it and put the auto harp on top of the case so it's resonant, more resonant. That's the way folks used to do it. And so I'm going to play it. I just want to show you this picture of Sarah Carter because she, obviously, if she hadn't existed, Harvey says that auto harp might have fallen by the wayside. She really put it on the map. She was the first woman to have a country song of note, and
1927.
in 1927. He's my hard drive, my Harvey drive.
Tell them
So,
the story about that harp. Why do we have it?
so the reason we have this harp is because Brian Bowers, who's a dear friend of ours, who's spent some good time here at our house, and we've met him at seen him at festivals. Harvey, you met him. When did you meet him?
1992.
1992. That's not that long ago. I knew you in 1992. Anyway, the great Brian Bowers, the king of the auto harp, he called us up during COVID and was scared to death because he has a lot of underlying health conditions. And he came up with a plan to send his auto harps around the country to different people to take care of them. And then when COVID was done, he was going to come on his tour and pick them up.
And if, in the unlikely event, if he didn't come get them.
Yeah, in the unlikely event that he perished, then we were to keep this harp. So he is not going to tour this year, but he is recovering enough from an injury in his arm that he wants to now start playing his harps again.
He's fully vaccinated.
He's fully vaccinated, but he's not going to travel, and he wants his harp back. So we said, well, can we have it for a couple more weeks? So, this is, yeah, if anyone has some extra, we got that one. Maybe some people have some extra Orthe harps out there. I'm going to sing this beautiful song. I was vacuuming the other day. I was feeling despondent, as I'm sure you all can relate. It's kind of a sine curve, you know. And I was vacuuming, and all of a sudden, I started singing, I never will marry, which was kind of funny as I was vacuuming. And I thought, oh, well, that's too bad. I probably can't sing that song. But then I went back and I realized it is a song I can sing because it's not me singing those words. It's a song about a woman who overhears another woman singing those words. Because I certainly will marry. I have married, and I'm happy with my choice and my husband. I feel very lucky. But
Andrew is online.
But there is, I know, there is a part of me that doesn't want to marry part of this world. So there's also that part of it. Breakup, you know. So anyway, I went to the computer and I found Joan Baez singing it, but I didn't really like the words. And then I went to Mudcat and I found words on the Mudcat. Is that mudcat.org? I don't know. Yeah, an amazing site. And I found lyrics that were the ones that were kind of in my mind. And then I kind of changed them a little bit. I think it was talking about a fair maiden, and I was like, I'm trying to change that to a woman, and changed a few things, changed the melody a little bit when it felt like it, and so it was so therapeutic. I went from feeling despondent to singing a song that's kind of a despondent song, and it made me feel better. So I think that's the way the blues are supposed to work, and sad ballads. I never will marry. One day as I ramble down by the seashore, the wind it did whistle, and the waters did roar. I heard a woman make a pitiful cry. She sounded so lonesome at the water nearby. I never will marry. I'll be no man's wife. I intend to live single for the rest of my life. The shells in the ocean will be my deathbed. The won't be no man's wife. I intend to live single for the rest of my life. What a harp. This might ring forever.
Yeah, you got
I
that.
can see why those auto harp players play these Orthe harps. You gonna play this and you wanna play it on your lap too?
I don't think I can play it on my lap, but I should.
Okay.
Yeah, that. Well, it says on our little list here that we're gonna close out with this one. It's a song closer. Brian used to close his shows. We want to honor Brian Bowers. What a character.
What a guy!
I think he's the only guy left that calls me up every few weeks to tell me another dirty joke that I haven't, or that I have forgotten. People just don't call each other up to tell each other jokes anymore. Jokes are.
Oh, Brian never disappoints. Never disappoints.
Oh.
Always has a joke. Always.
Yeah, he's
Always.
This is your other sing-along. We're not going to sing it, but you can. This was it's kind of a theme. Everyone knows this melody. There's a better world awaiting. Boy, they used to tell them that. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. I think the original version was, they sang, "Can the circle be unbroken?" It turned into "Will."
And I have to say, join us next Friday. If
Oh yeah, we're gonna
we're, a lot of you probably, a lot of you don't go to church, but we're kind of like and a lot of you do go to church. And anyway, we're a different kind of church. And I'm working on a song,
you got an
and I'm pretty
new
excited
song.
about
Yeah,
it. So.
you're gonna throw down the gauntlet here.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next week down the stream. sky, Lord.
Hey,
In
and
the
a
sky.
shout out to Reverend Kirk out there. And you can, if you want to look at Noonday Prayers and Facebook.
And a shout out
put us
to
in.
Andrew. Oh,
And
I got to do one of
Andrew.
your. I've got to learn your that other deep song of yours. Oh, he has so many great songs. Oh, a lot of us made it through. God love all of you. We'll see you next week. Peace be with you.
Thank you so much for showing up. And as long as you show up, we'll keep showing up. Thank you so much.